Goodbye.
500,000 people immigrate to Canada every year to start new lives, and I'm one of them. I quit my job as a banker, sold my house in Seattle, and moved to another country. And here's why. Hello, or welcome back. My name is Andrew Scott, and I'm starting over in my 30s. I used to live in Seattle. My wife and I bought a house back in 2021 after our apartment had a fire. That apartment, which we had locked rent for 5 years prior, cost next to nothing to live there. So it hurt extra bad to say goodbye, not only to our home, but also a very cheap cost of living. Looking back around at the current prices, it was going to cost the same to rent or to buy, or in some cases it was going to cost more to rent. So we bought our first house, which was exciting, but only for a little bit. But first, let's rewind. Shortly before this, we had white labeled a product and had started selling on Amazon. White labeling is when you manufacture or when you find a manufacturer to make something and put your brand name and your logo on it, and then you sell it under your brand. We had been doing pretty well until the world had trouble with shipping lanes, backups at ports during that year. In China and in the US. This significantly delayed our next inventory shipment, costing us dearly in terms of shipping costs and warehouse fees. Our search term ranking also, which was a big deal on Amazon, that also suffered. Us and stores sat idle, making no sales for a really long time. 1 year later, we received our inventory shipment, and it would be the last one we could afford to place. After selling through the batch of 1,000 units, we closed our Amazon store. If you're interested in hearing more about our experience selling on Amazon, comment down below and leave a like to let me know that you're interested in me making a video talking about it. So in December of 2023, we started talking about the possibility of moving in with my wife's parents, but there was just one problem. My wife is Canadian, which means her parents are Canadian, and you can't just move to another country whenever you feel like it. So February of 2024, we'd made up our mind and submitted paperwork for my permanent residence, so I can move to Canada and not be kicked out. If you want me to make a video about that process, same thing, like the video, leave a comment, let me know if you want to hear more. The next step was to quit our jobs. Both of us had been at our jobs for a long time and made friends, so it was a really hard thing to do. For the most part, we really liked our jobs, so it felt really weird to say goodbye to something that seemed like a really good thing in our lives. The time came to list our house for sale, so I went on the market in April, and we got an offer in May, and we closed the beginning of June. So all in all, it went really fast. My amazing in-laws drove down to help us move. We honestly couldn't have done it without them at all. They were lifesavers. So huge, kudos to them. I'm very thankful for them. Upon their arrival, I was playing with my dog on the floor, and when I got up to answer the door, when my in-laws, got to the house, I slipped and I broke my toe right before I had to load up this huge trailer. So yeah, not ideal. It was black. My toe was black. Anyways, we loaded up the trailer and started getting ready for bed. But there was something wrong. The trailer's weight was either too heavy for the truck we had, or the weight wasn't distributed correctly in the trailer. But we knew something was off, and when we tried to drive it, it just wasn't working. So this meant that we couldn't drive it the way it was. So something had to change. So I worked with my father-in-law, Tim, trying to find a solution. We made some progress, but ultimately decided to sleep on it. Early the next morning, we got up and started to move things around the trailer and redistribute the weight. Thankfully, it worked out. If it didn't, we were going to have to wait another day, trying to rent another trailer to pull behind our car, and then unload stuff we had already loaded and load it into another trailer. It would have been a nightmare. So thankfully, got it figured out. And that is the end of part one. To try to not make this video half an hour long, I did split it up into 2 parts. So if you want to see that, I'll try to link it here when that's made. I'll try to get that out super quick. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I did recently make a video about trying to vlog for 5 days. If you think that might be interesting, I'll put it up there. It's got like 1,000 views so far. It's pretty cool. Also, maybe subscribe. Okay. Okay, Chip. Wave goodbye. 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 Goodbye.